All right, so we're at the front of my house, and just to position us, I'm gonna scan back around. If you can see that big tree right there, that is the culvert which feeds into my big pond systems, which runs downhill. And I'll show you right here the I wouldn't call this original. This is kind of like a concrete and roof runoff. But if you follow down this fence line, maybe 20 yards, the water is actually coming in from the neighbor's property. So I'm gonna go put myself in position on their property, and we'll walk it as far as we can. Or I'm just kind of walking through it to get to where I want to go. You can see here a lot of natives, a lot of blue stem. I'm seeing I believe that's blue stem right there. There's some that still got the blue. Anyway, the reason I wanted to come up here is this right here. Since I've moved up here, I think this patch of land has probably had 3, if not 4 different owners. And I assume, just the way it looks, somebody dug this, but it never held water. But this kind of answers a question. The diagonal flow is not as reliable on my property, and this is the reason why. Like I said, this thing will drain down, which is great. It's putting water in the ground, but until it fills up and overflows, I'm really not getting, I assume I'm not getting much of a flow from there. Anyway, let me walk around here, because I'm actually thinking it may be off of the main water flow. And we can definitely see back in that corner up there, it's got a little seasonal creek running the water through. But I'm just wondering, once you get to the other side of the dam, if it just created its own new water flow. All right, I just stepped down below the dam. I thought maybe there was a river flow down here, but there's not. We'll keep walking around, see if we can see where the outflow is. I just love this, them allowing to get their grass up high. I love the blue stem. Not the King Ranch blue stem. This is I think it's called big blue stem. Anyway, so they've got their road going to their house, and that little pond is right over here, and you can see a double culvert system, and then it flows out over here, and it keeps going. I mean, it does not look like it's been trampled down. With as much rain as we've gotten, I would have thought, like I said, this would have organic debris and be laying down. So that's why I think that pond is just holding the water back, keeping from flowing. Now, that's not the only source of the water, because I don't want to get on their house, but we got some uphill area here coming down. Anyway, so let me get back on my property. Got some ponds you may not have seen, some pocket ponds I've built that you may not have seen, and they're all going to be full right now. So let me reposition. Well, I may regret it, but I went ahead and walked into their thicket. Let's see if we can find a path through here. I don't know if you can see through here, but my house is just right over there. Actually, that's my pavilion right there. My big 3,000 gallon water tank off my pavilion is right here. So we're real close to my property line. I'm not seeing, oh, here we go. Starting to see the flow now, or the ravine, or whatever you want to call it. All right, I think you can see it right here. So here we go. That's it's not flowing, everything else pretty much is, and like I said, I contributed to that pond not being full, but that's fine. That's just moisture I get later underground. And we're going to come out on my property line. See some Mustang grapes here. All right, so this is literally the first pocket pond I've got. All right, I'm over the fence now. You can get a better look at the little rock thing I've got over there. But here's a property line right here. So here's the water flow. Comes out right here, goes through here. Like I said, it's not flowing. I kind of dug out a wide area here. I was going to put rocks on it, and I did start it here. I didn't finish, but you can see where the rocks are catching a lot of limbs and stuff. So cold. Then we're coming over to where we have a sheep paddock, and we would call this the pecan paddock because I've got 2 pecan trees, one of them being right there. First 2 trees I planted on the property. See that one over there? Kind of struggled in the summer. You can see the brown leaves, but it re-leafed. Anyway, so that goes in this pocket pond, which we'll have to call the pecan paddock pocket pond. Kind of got a little crazy on this one. I need to come back and re-sculpt it. The edges are real jiggy-jaggy. But both of these ponds I just showed you, neither one of them hold water. I mean, I literally just took the skids here and dug a hole in the ground. So I got one more fence to hop over. Okay, well, I'm over the fence. Anyway, here we go. This is one of those Candyland paddocks where I don't let them in all the time. I like to keep the grass growing on it, let them in as a nice little treat, and then pull them back off. But this summer was just so brutal. You know, I'm going to turn to the right. It's not on the flow at all, but there's a mound pond right up there. But it's not really on the diagonal flow. It's something I did off-site, and I was kind of glad I did because we found clay and it does hold water. Getting back up to the horses pocket pond, the brown water one. I mean, got a lot more water than the last time I showed it to you. And then you can see standing water there where I'm building the road. And I'm still debating. I kind of want to put a culvert there 12 inches off the ground and have it hold water. But then another part of me says, put the culvert there, but just make this pond bigger, just make it a lot bigger. I mean, this is serving a real purpose, which is soaking this manure water into the ground. And so far, the only time it's overflowed was with that 3-inch rain event. We've literally we're up to 4 inches now for the last week, and it's just now starting to overflow. But it is sinking as it's raining too. So I don't know, I think if I can get it like twice as big. I just don't want it overflowing unless it's a big gusher. Let me hop another fence here. All right, so you should be able to see the water flowing into this one with the horse manure water. And then we'll turn around here. This is the road I built, not done with it, but I built it using the spoils from the mound pond. Anyway, holding water there. Let's keep going. So I'm going to show you something. This is not in the direct path either. This is just this was a little hoopty-doo in the land, and I just put a berm across there to hold some water. Then I put a lot of wood chips in there, just trying to, you know, in a big rain event, try to hold some sediment back, build the land up. But feeding out of the horse pond over here, I mean, it's running down through here, and then I've got this is actually a road right here, and there's a culvert going across it. So I went ahead and dug a hole on each side of it, so you can see the water here. And we'll cross over the culvert, and you'll see where I dug another hole here. Now we're starting to get close to the main flow. Like I said, we're on the diagonal flow, but right on the other side of that fence is my original pond. That's the last pond that holds water before it leaves my property. Anyway, we're gonna come through here. And then I kind of did this with a tractor, man, maybe 2 years ago and never came back and finished, but I got another little one I'd started right here. And then from there, it just goes down to the grim tree. But that's kind of my full diagonal flow. I was happy I went off site to kind of show the origins of it. Kind of makes sense why it's not gushing and overflowing as much as the other ones do. So it's got that big holding tank. But I'm looking here at the dam of the original pond, and then uphill from that you can see where the land was like sloping down. So the land slopes this way, but it's also coming down this way, and past these little cedar trees right here is where I've got the big swell. I'm not going to walk up there, I don't want to overextend this video, but yeah, we got an origin story today, which is pretty cool. Anyway, y'all have a great day.